Hi guys, just wanted to bring you an update on our small little waterfall pond. In all honesty, you can see I still got some fish in there, but I've really struggled this year to keep the water quality good without doing 80% water changes like every other day. And my filter isn't working very good with my pump. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the fish out, we're gonna drain it. I still got probably about 5 fish in there. A couple of them had babies, my guppies had babies, but I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna drain the water out. We're gonna remove all the fish and the babies. I still got a couple babies swimming around in there that are really small. And we're gonna turn this one, we're gonna do more of like a, kind of like a bog filter type system and see if that works out better. It is a smaller pot, so we're gonna have to kind of work with it a little bit and see what that's gonna look like. But my hope is that we'll be able to get a natural filter system going through on this, and I don't have to do as many water changes, and it'll be better water quality. And maybe eventually I can put some fish back in here, but I think this one I'm gonna have be more of a really pretty decorative plant water feature. So we're gonna try it out. We're about midway through summer, so we still got a couple months left of some good, nice warm weather. So we're gonna try it out. And maybe in the wintertime, I'll just leave it as is and we'll just transfer it into the bird shed throughout the winter. And then we can still enjoy it and have the nice sounds of water running as well. So that's what we're gonna try and do.
So currently we're emptying out the water. I think I got most of the fishes. I saw one more in there, but the water's too dark and I can't see it. So we're currently filling it up, emptying it out down there underneath so that we can find the last of the fishes and be able to start our process. Okay, I've got the water drained out. You can see I had 2 different filters in here. One was a solar power one, but it just wasn't getting the job done. Actually really disappointed in that pump. It worked for maybe, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks and then just kind of died. And you know, the solar panels all the way up there, so it got good sunlight all throughout the day, but I think it just got dirty too quick, was really hard to sustain itself. So we're hoping as I kind of change up the system, we're going to add layers of different rock material. We're going to cover our pump in a special casing that I got that will help it from clogging. And then what we'll do is we'll kind of put the materials around it, build it about halfway up. So it's going to act as its own self filter on top of the pump that has a filter in it. And then we'll get some cool water plants that we've got before. And we're gonna try that and see if maybe we can have a little bit more success here. Some of the other plants, it just didn't work that well. Didn't necessarily take off very good. Didn't maintain itself, and the water got dirty really fast, even with me doing water changes. So kind of looking at a different route, see how we can make this work. Change it up, and if it doesn't work out, maybe we'll find something else and we'll just turn this into a flower pot or something. But just want to try and I just saw the one fish, so we're gonna grab that one fish. It is a molly. Oh no, it's not a molly, it's a fancy guppy. And my guppies actually had babies in here. I pulled out 2 little teeny tiny babies, so they did produce some offspring, but I actually pulled them and put them into another tank in hopes that they will survive and that we'll be able to get some more of the guppies throughout and for next year. But anyways, we're gonna jump into it, try and catch this little guppy and empty out all of this stuff and try to revive this pot. Okay, so real quick, we've got our filter cover that I bought. Which was really nice. We put the filter in there, and then I got some bio balls that I put in there as well that will kind of circulate around, that will help with the filter to clean the water. And then basically what we're doing is we're going to build all the way up to the top of this filter of different materials. So I've got some good shell rock that is a great tool for filtering. I do have some plant gravel here so that we can plant our plants in, and then I'm gonna do a layer of sand and then a layer of gravel on top, and then we're gonna plant our plants on top. So the hope is that we've got enough good material in here that my plants will root and grow and thrive, and then also the different layers of rock will count as a filtering mechanism. And then once everything filters through all these rocks, the different layers of gravel, sand, and rock, then they'll come inside this filter where I have the bio balls that'll be circling around, collecting and filtering the water even more, and then it will go through the actual pump filter, and then will be brought up here and recycled down through. And I actually might change this a little bit so that I have water channeled coming to one section, so that it makes it easier to see inside the pot and easier for the plants to grow, and the water's only hitting in one area. So that's kind of the idea, what we're doing. So right now we're just kind of layering the different levels of rock and gravel and sand so that we can use that as our filtering methods and get some plants to put in there. Okay, we've got our layer of sand in there. Now the last layer that we've got here is our... And I got all of this material off of Amazon for pretty good prices, pretty cheap. So if you don't have a local fish store that could help you out with this, or a pet store that has some of these materials, you can get all of it from your good old trusty Amazon store. So put that in there, and then we're just going to push all of this around so it's nice and good, all right on there, just like that. That still gives us a good 6 inches, 7 inches to plant our plants in and to kind of get all that running. So we're gonna fill it up with water right now so that we can get everything set and ready to go, in hopes that, and then we'll let the water run for a little bit, and then we'll actually put in our plants. And I did get some plants off of Amazon as well. These are plants that have been proven and good to survive out in the outdoor climates a little bit better, have a little bit wider range of temperatures that they can tolerate, and we'll kind of let that go through, cycle through for a few days with the plants, and then we'll probably put in a couple white cloud minnows to help with the proper cycling of the water. So hopefully this will work out. This is kind of a trial and error, but main goal here, just trying to find a natural filter system as the water goes down throughout the different layers of gravel and sand and shell rock that I have, and then into the filter itself, where the bio balls will be spinning around, collecting more of that material, and then into the pump itself and back around. So the hope is that after a few days it will filter out really nicely, and that we'll have a really good, solid, clean water, good solid filtering system. Again, kind of just trying this all by ear and doing what we think would work best. Okay, so we've got the water put in. We're gonna get ready to turn the filter on. We're gonna plant our plants all around the edges. We're gonna do, a little hard to see down below, we're gonna do the plants around the edges. You can see the pipe, the filter's right here in the middle. And on purpose, I've got the opening there so I can, if I need to change out the filter or something happens, I just need to clear a little bit of gravel on top there, and then we can open it up for easy access to the filter. And we're gonna throw our plants in.
So here we go, next morning. So this is less than 24 hours. I wanted to show you guys before the waterfall kicked in, because it makes it a little bit harder to see. But it's actually cleared up pretty good. It's looking really nice. One thing that I will do, you can kind of see down here is my black screen, the box that I have my filter in. What I will be doing is putting a flat rock right there for 2 reasons. One, it's going to protect it, because I did have this covered by some of the gravel, and the waterfall coming down naturally pushes that small gravel off. So I'm going to put a little rock there, so what it will do is it will make it so it's not as easy for the water to go through the top down through the filter. I want all the water to go down through the gravel and filter up through. So we're going to kind of put that big flat rock right there, right in the middle, to protect it from, protect the gravel from falling off from the waterfall coming down, but then also to force the water to kind of cycle through down the different layers of gravel and rock that I have, and that will help clean it even more and filter that water. But the plants are looking pretty good. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants in there. 8 plants. A few different colors. We've got a few of the grass plants. We got a tall one that's going to come out, and if it ever takes and and does good, it should get pretty big and flower up, which will be really fun and nice to see. But looks really good. Water's clearing up really nice. The waterfall is going to be kicking on here in about 20 minutes, so we'll let it cycle through for about a week, and then we'll put some. I want to put a few white cloud minnows in here. They are a good cold water fish, and they'll also eat the larvae as well. So the mosquito larvae. It's looking pretty good. Okay, this is a day and a half after. Look how nice and clear that is. So like I was saying before, we're gonna get a nice big flat rock, and we're gonna, maybe even 2 of them, so we can piece it in there. We're gonna put it on top of there. That will also help encourage the water to go down through all the gravel, down through the gravel, and back up through the filter instead of going down on the top. So hopefully that'll help it out as well. Plants seem to be doing okay. It is a little cold, so hopefully the plants will do all right. The sun's coming up right now, so to warm up that water a little bit. These little pots, the temperatures do fluctuate a decent amount, so I may need to put a mini heater in here just to keep the water consistent with it being a small pot, and we are past the halfway point of summer, so it's just going to get colder from here on out, especially in the evening times for the next 2 months. And then we'll look at maybe bringing this pot inside the bird shed for the wintertime. But it's looking really good, nice and clear.
Where's the water?
Can't ask for anything better than that. Beautiful.
All right, guys, we added a little centerpiece here, and the hope is that the water kind of hits it and goes down, and it doesn't splash out as much, and then it won't move the rocks underneath and open up the filter, because I want the water to filter all the way down through all those different layers of rock. So we'll see how it works. It still has a tiny bit of splash. We're going to adjust it so it has as little splash out as possible, so that we can keep the water in here as much. But you can see plants are doing good, and hopefully the water will continue to clear up as we go throughout, and this will help continue in that filtration system. And then we're also going to add us a couple of molly guppies in here in probably a few days, just to start the bio load and getting the water to cycle completely through, and this will help the plants thrive as well.